Welcome back to Clear Blue Radiance. I'm your host, Brother Francis E. Rebels Bay. Well, I haven't been here for some time because I've been switching around my schedule and developing another new online course based on my seventh book, which is called Radiant Heart. And this course that I'm creating, which I should be hopefully done writing it up, will be an 11-week master key guide that's all about embodying your higher self. Well, anyway, today's date is July the 30th. This month went really, really fast, wouldn't you say? I say so as well. And the humidity, the heat out here in the Southwest has been something, especially here in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and surrounding states. Well, anyway, many of you know that I have been a spiritual counselor for over 50 years. And I truly enjoy, as I say, helping people like yourself have greater clarity in your life and redefine your purpose and help you find your purpose if you're not sure what it is. There are numerous ways to do that, and you should allow yourself to explore as many paths as possible. But eventually, you have to find a path. So I want you to keep in mind that there are no secrets and no more shortcuts. See, we've been going through a time frame for these past 20, 30 years, trying to figure out what the secret is to success, trying to find out if there's some kind of key that someone else doesn't have. Can I take a shortcut? Well, what we're all finding out, we're getting back to the basics. There are no shortcuts. You have to actually do the work. And what would that mean? Working on yourself, trying to discover what is it that you're upset about? How much anxiety or stress do you actually have on yourself, on your mind? Are you getting agitated all the time? Is it causing you to become physically ill? If it is, it's not the path for you. Any path that we're on shouldn't make us physically ill. It actually should give us more energy, a more uplifting vibration, should make us more happier, more happier. Well, you know what I mean. You're seeking peace, harmony, and happiness in every day of your life. You're trying to get along better with your mate at home, with a sibling maybe that you haven't spoken to in years, maybe your grandparents, maybe your parents, your neighbors. You know, some people are favoring their fur babies over humans. Why? Because they feel that loyalty. But what they don't understand is that particular fur baby is helping them to heal emotionally and mentally with themselves. I've seen a lot of people approach me too with a lot of different ideas, thoughts, and concepts. And here's the thing, no matter what you're doing, you have to come through your heart with it. You have to be heart centered. I believe in giving and offering heart centered classes, whether they are in person or virtually online. As I say, I've been teaching meditation for over 50 years. I began to learn meditation as a freshman in college in 1970 to 71, right there in my freshman year. That's when I learned that I could use meditation to control this. I didn't get upset at myself anymore about not being able to get along with other students. And I wasn't a bad guy. I didn't come from a bad household, but I was going through many things, just trying to connect, just trying to be myself. Meditation, when it was presented to me by a guy who wasn't even a student on the campus, this guy was just passing through. And he realized, witnessing some things I was going through with other students, he said, "Do you know what meditation is?" I said, "I'm kind of familiar with what it is, but I don't know how to do it." He took me under his wing for about 6 weeks, and I wasn't the only one. He had us out in a forest area, wooded area behind one of the dormitories on campus. And what I mean out there, if it was a slight drizzle, we were underneath a blue tarp tent that he set up. And each person had their own. He learned how to meditate from his dad, who was in the military. In fact, he referred to himself as a military brat. He was fortunate, though. He didn't have to serve. He didn't have to be in the Vietnam War or anything like that. But it was a unique situation to be able to learn meditation from this guy. And once I latched onto it, meditating every day, I was getting up in the morning 2 or 3 hours before class. I'd sit for meditation. He'd have me go outside and meet this group of other students. In time for me to come back, take a shower, go have breakfast on campus, attend my classes on campus. You know, after I did that every day, 7 days a week, I became calmer, more centered, more at peace with myself. I didn't let other students, push my buttons. I didn't even let faculty members push my buttons. And that was a great accomplishment on my part because I was an art major. And I went to college with students who could travel whenever they want to all over the world. I came from a public school. The best I could do during spring break was maybe go downtown to a local gallery or museum. I had to just sit with me, myself, most of the time. My parents ran their own business. They were radio and TV repair people. I had an older brother. He's still around. He lives on Long Island. He's a jazz musician and teaches all kinds of people of all ages. We both found our own niche. So here's some of the things I often hear. I don't want to get too far away from my topic today. I have seen many people try to put down others with certain buzzwords. You know, those words that are designed to make you react, such as imposter syndrome. Those are one of the favorites that are used. In fact, you don't hear that too much this year. A lot of people were using it on a lot of Facebook ads and Instagram ads and video clips. Oh, do you have imposter syndrome? Which means do you carry 10% more information than the audience that you're talking to? Hey, but behind closed doors, the ones who are busy attacking others are really losing because on some level, they are caught up in the imposter syndrome game. Those people assume that they are in competition with you and others. But in reality, they're only competing with themselves. They're only putting stress on themselves. But along the way, they stumble and their own words become like huge spider webs and traps for self degradation, low self esteem, falling backwards into despair and depression. See, this is what happens when people use a lot of buzzwords, trying to get a reaction out of you. My suggestion is don't react. Take a deep breath, go within your heart center, and feel how you are to respond to those buzzwords. You see, the bottom line is how do you feel about yourself? It's not how others think about you that's important. It's how you think and feel about yourself. How authentic are you? I hear the buzzword phrase AI, artificial intelligence. Well, before AI, artificial intelligence is authentic intelligence, the real intelligence inside of you. So, one of the best ways to conquer this nonsense is to never pay any attention to it. I had a young person approach me 2 years ago at the metaphysical place that I work with on Saturday mornings where I teach my creative pathwork meditations. And it was for a grand opening we finally had a chance to do. And this young man, he's an insurance agent, and he walks up on me and he says, he asked me what I was doing there. I told him. He says, "You have imposter syndrome." I said, "I do." What makes you think that I have imposter syndrome? Well, you have to feel important. I says, okay, so let me ask you this. And this was the checkmate. I said, how old are you? Give me the year that you were born. So he says, why you need the year? I said, I want to demonstrate something to you. So he goes, oh, I'm born in 1974. I said, interesting. 1974 is when I began teaching meditation. 1974 is when I began to get paid for being a numerologist, too. I started learning meditation in my freshman year of college in 1970 to 1971, and I graduated from college in 1974. So, who's the imposter? My journey began before you were born. And he said, oh, I didn't mean to insult you. I said, you're not insulting me. Young man, you're insulting yourself. Never use a buzzword on someone who you have no knowledge of and what they do. I said, teaching meditation, teaching metaphysics, teaching different aspects of spirituality. It's not a job for me. It's a way of life. I live it. That means there's sometimes I can't charge people funds. Sometimes you don't need to. The real charge is what you give from your heart. That's the real value. And again, he apologized. I didn't mean to upset you. I said, you're not upsetting me. You're upsetting yourself. When you leave this celebration, I want you to sit in your car and think about how you approached me and what you thought I was supposed to be in your mind. And I guarantee you, next time you come to one of these events or you're out there meeting people, that won't be the first word out of your mouth. You see, young man, when I approached you, I said, hi, I'm Brother Francis Revels Bay. When you spoke to me, you didn't even give me your name. It was like a mystery, but I wasn't upset. So these little things that people do, trying to capture your attention, is really all about themselves. They're really not happy with how they are doing things. But we are here, for some of us, like myself, I'm here to be an anchor. So that means I could hold the line, and this young man eventually can step fully into his own presence, his own divinity. So these are some of the things we got to look out for. Sometimes when people think they're, in competition with you, they have these false ideas about themselves and they want to feel better than you. Sometimes a person's false ideas about you can make you stronger as they have zero effect on you. That means you have to be awakened enough with yourself to realize your value that you bring to the table. What's your value that you bring to life? Can people see who you are, or are you hiding? See, it's important that when you understand who you are, you have a very strong will and you have a good reputation. That means people know who you are, they know your ups and downs. In other words, you don't have to hang your laundry out about yourself in front of everybody, but you do have to have a certain degree of transparency. It's okay to show that you have some weaknesses. We all do. It's okay. You don't have to be able to pick up 350 uh, pounds of weight or 35 pounds of weight or 3.5 pounds of weight. No, all you gotta do is just show up for you. You don't have to be perfect at anything. Just learn to show up for yourself, but learn to work on yourself. That's highly important. So you don't have time worrying about how others see you or the things they say about you if you're truly working on yourself. So this is where meditation and the pursuit of higher consciousness, enlightenment, and self-healing makes sense to you to diligently pursue yourself, to give those gifts to yourself, taking your time, breathing in life itself. Yeah, there are moments when life is throwing you obstacles and hurdles in your way. It happens. Hey, we're all looking for success on some level. We're all looking for that inner peace and joy. This is important. That's why today's title of this particular pre recorded podcast is Your Outside World Must Match Your Inside World. You don't want your outside world and your inside world being two opposing things. However, you feel and live here is how it's going to manifest out here in front of you. That's why it's called your outside world. What you see, what you're experiencing on the outside must match your inside world because your inside world created your outside world, not the other way around. So, by using daily meditation, coupled with positive visualizations, affirmations, and decrees, you begin to paint a better life for yourself. And when you have a better life for yourself, what happens? Positive fallout for if you're married, for your life partner and your children, for your parents, your grandparents, your siblings, your cousins, your other relatives. Hey, your next door neighbor, the fur babies in your house if you have them. Or you live in an apartment complex. You can pray so dearly for yourself and for others that when you open your door, you don't see a soul outside. Why? Because your prayers, your affirmations, your decrees have cleared a path for you. And there's nothing in front of you, behind you, to the right or the left, beneath you or above, but peace, harmony, and happiness. So this is important. Any slightest doubt in yourself and your goals will draw unto you the exact opposite you seek. So if you got some fear and doubt, or you got some pain, or you're carrying some fostering old pain and hurt from things that happen in families, you're telling your inner world, your subconscious mind, which is a reflection of the universe, to bring you more of that. Bring you some more toxic relationships, because that's what you're accustomed to. Bring you some more manipulative people, because that's what you're accustomed to. Bring you more elements where you could cry and curse and stomp your feet because you're not happy with yourself. The universe is going to bring that to you as well. It only does what you call for. And how does it come? Because of your emotions. So you can have a configuration of chaos up here in the mind, tons of images going out. Doesn't confuse the universe. The universe is only listening to what is it you actually feel. If it can hear your feelings clearly, it's going to serve it to you. That's why I say there's no more secrets. Mm-mm. No more secrets. No more hidden keys. It's time to be real with yourself. So there's no more secrets, no more shortcuts. The shadow that's in the closet, that belongs to you. You got to converse with it. You got to find out why it's there and why you keep accumulating pain, why you keep accumulating worry, why you keep it. Why do you hide this from yourself? And guess what? Everybody is going through this. I want to say this is the right time to kind of give you this information. We are in what we experience every year in the metaphysical and the galactic world of consciousness. We experience from July 26th or July 28th through August the 12th, the Syrian, Sirian, Lionsgate. The culmination always occurs on the 8th day of August. And some people in general, because of the year 2026 at the end, it has an 8, so they call it the 888. but particularly in numerology, 2026 is a one. So 2 years ago, you had the 888 officially. Now it's a 881. But here's the kicker. If you add the two eights together, that's 16. And 16 plus 1 is what? 17. And 1 plus 7 is 8. That's the other way that you get the 8. So I just want to throw that out to you. Don't want you to feel confused at all. So here we go, folks. Meditation helps you acquire a lot of things. And when you could put your visualization process, your ability to picture an idea, a concrete image for yourself, you're actually uplifting the vibration of your prayer. You're putting a clear intention into the world, into the galactic consciousness, into the global consciousness, into the universe, into the cosmos. And it sees it, it hears it, and it begins to pick up momentum. It begins to become very magnetic because your emotions are tied to it, and it becomes the electrons, the magnetic side, and it begins to bring all of that back to you. This is very, very helpful. But here's the kicker. You've got to overcome these limitations because if you don't, anxiety and negative self talk is going to be your agenda. You're going to find ways to put yourself down. I have some clients that always want to know, how can I be successful? Will I really be successful? Well, here's the deal. They don't realize they're talking themselves out of success by saying, will I be really successful? Neville Goddard, Florence Scovel Shinn, Dr. Michael Bernard Beckwith, and many others have taught when you use the phrase I am, that's I, capital AM, that's the name of the creator in you. And when you put that word into motion, I am, whatever you say after that, with feeling and gusto, you're going to experience. So if you say, I'm sick today, universe heard it. Okay, let me find more ways for you to be sick. What are you sick about? And you might misstep and say, man, I'm really sick and tired of my job. I'm sick and tired of my spouse. I'm sick and tired of how I interact with people. The universe is listening. So that's what's really bothering you. Let me see if I can find more experiences like that for you. And then he said, why am I experiencing all this stuff? Here's the question. Why I am? Why am I? Am I reverses I am. So you're asking for more of toxic matter. And you have to overcome that. You got to get rid of the excuses that help you get rid of the old gunk that's blocking the view of your success. Now, success to many people is a lot of money. Success to many people is I'm in a happy relationship in a happy household. I get along well with my wife. I hear what my children have to say, and we're all just flowing. We're all moving together as a pure unit. So, here are a few things to affirm and decree. Listen very carefully. Now, when I use the word affirm means just what it says. Something that you already know carries the truth, and you're just making that statement stronger by affirming it, by agreeing with that statement. I affirm that in every moment, I am thinking good thoughts and feeling better about myself. I affirm that I am a success, a living, positive, successful person. Or you can say it like this: I affirm that I am a success and live a positive, successful life. In there is I am. I decree that I now attract good people, great opportunities for a better life. When we use the word decree means without a doubt in your mind that what you are speaking comes to pass. It's truthful. You know it's going to work. Authentic intelligence. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to show up to receive, show up to embrace, show up to become, show up now. Every moment of your life is now. That's why sometimes you can't sleep at night. You feel like, oh, my day is not over. I'm worried about something. What are you worried about? I might lose my home. I might lose my job. I might lose my relationship. I might lose my relationship with my children. I might lose my business. So you got to put on the brakes. Now you might discover you had a few more days left. So what are you going to do with those few more days? Maybe some of the things that are happening you can't change. Or like some people say in the metaphysical world, maybe God is closing one door, kicking you out on purpose into something that's far greater and far better than you ever imagined. And when you give into that new opportunity and you find yourself flowing in a sea of success, you're happier, you're living in harmony, you're actually in harmony with everybody, you're adapting to your environment, adapting to the people that you're working with. All of a sudden, you start going to more positive places. It used to be the old food hangout places, the old sports bars. All of a sudden, you don't have any desire to go there. Why? It's old toxic energy. You start going to places where you feel better. The owner is better. Waiter and waitresses, baristas are better. Chefs in the kitchen got a smile on their face and whistling and uplifting each other's spirit. That's where you want to be. In places where your spirit is uplifting, and because of who you are, you're uplifting people as well. That's why. So when you say, I affirm that I'm having a great life, you're going to have a great life. If you affirm and say, I am having a better life now, you don't even have to say than ever before. Don't even say that. Why? Because you don't need to go backwards. You need to stand in the current of now. You need to absorb that energy right now. You need to feel excited about it. You see, every affirmation and decree is spoken in the present moment. And you must feel, FEEL, that it is in motion and happening right now. You know, the late Reverend Ike, an evangelist, used to study all these teachings of all these other great metaphysical teachers. And they all said it's how you feel. But he was teaching in a hip way up in the Washington Heights area of Harlem, New York. And he would go, let the feeling get the blessing. If you feel good, you're going to receive good things. You're going to act right. You're going to be right. You're going to do something that attracts even more positive people to you. It's important. I remember going to a business networking thing this morning with my colleague, Michelle. I really did feel like going because I had to get up early in the morning. And usually when I have to get up early in the morning like that, I don't sleep well at night. And because it was so humid and hot outside and so dry, I was sweating from the time I went to bed to the time I couldn't sleep till the time I got up. I had to carry a little face cloth with me to absorb all the sweat. Finally got to the location at 7:30 in the morning. We sat in the car. We went inside about 7:40, 7:45, and I had to act as a substitute. I was a visitor observing and acting as a substitute. So I had to read a commercial that one of the guys who had a plumbing business couldn't be there today. So I read his commercial. Then I had to read my commercial because I was a visitor. Only had 30 seconds to do both. But what happened? All that chi was riding through my body since 5:30 in the morning. And I decided no matter what goes on, I'm going to speak clearly with confidence because I deserve a good audience. And I'm a teacher, naturally. Never thought I'd be a teacher. I never thought I would be a writer, but I can write and I can teach. I had 30 seconds to give them my spiel, and I did it. And I was able to look around the room into everybody's eyes. I did well. In fact, everybody was coming over to me. You're pretty good. I ought to give you a call. Maybe I ought to come to your Saturday meditation class. I said, yeah, give me a call. In fact, look on my link tree and get my book, Radiant Heart: The Seven Amazing Pathways to Connect, Activate, and Communicate with Your Heart. So it was a chance for 39 other people. Four of those people I knew because I knew Michelle and I knew Dr. Andrew Moser. And I remember meeting one other guy there, Mr. Kaminsky. I've seen him come to our psychic fairs. So I was able to lay back and relax a little bit, but be myself. That's what we have to do. You know, back in the late 60s, there was an R&B group out of Los Angeles called Sly and the Family Stone. The family's last name was Stone. His first name is Sylvester, and he played guitar and organ. And he had a tune that had a phrase in it that says, "Thank you for letting me be myself again." That's my challenge to you. Can you be yourself again? Can you be yourself behind closed doors and be consistent? Can you come outside of those closed doors into the eye of the public and still be yourself again? It's not difficult. We just have to remember that we carry value. So, this is what I want to do with you. I want you to feel that you can create a harmonious environment for yourself. It's highly important that your affirmations and decrees are connected to clear images and high emotions. Clear images and high emotions. Do you remember as a child, you're getting a special gift that you wanted for your birthday or for Christmas or whatever day of the year? Maybe you're graduating from high school, you wanted a beautiful pearl, surface guitar, or you wanted the most expensive cello, or you wanted to get vocal lessons because you wanted to be an operatic singer, or you wanted to learn how to articulate and do voiceovers for commercials. But you had positive emotions connected. You had positive, clear images, seeing yourself doing those things. Every time you project a positive image of yourself, you are expecting yourself. You become like a kite in reverse. You know what a kite is pulled on a string. You're the kite, and you're ahead of yourself, pulling yourself into various places for expansion and positive experience. Your emotions are like water, carrying the electrical current of your thoughts. Your entire body, from head to toe, is like a huge chalice, and your feelings are overflowing with positivity. So here's a quick creative pathwork meditation, an original. I am a chalice, overflowing with peace, harmony, and happiness. So, what I want you to do right now is become more settled, and I want you to start breathing in a slow, rhythmic way for yourself. Inhaling through the nose without pausing at the top of the inhalation and releasing it through your breath. Yeah, releasing your breath right through your mouth. Do that 3 times. When you feel yourself calm down more, switch to all the inhalation and exhalation without holding your breath on either end through your nostrils. While you do this, take your time, allow yourself to sit up. You don't have to have an erect spine because your spine is naturally curved. Visualize your inhalations flowing into your heart. The heart is behind your sternum. The center of your sternum lets you know where the heart is, sitting comfortably between your right and left lung. As you inhale, envisioning the breath coming in through the lungs and the heart, and as you exhale, going down to your solar plexus. Inhaling and holding right there the image of your solar plexus, and exhaling down past your navel, down into that area, 2 finger widths beneath your navel and 2 inches into the body. This is the storehouse of life force energy, prana, organ, ki, or chi. Now, you can keep your eyes closed if you like. You can have some crystals around you if you like. But this is what I want you to do. I want you to create an image where you can visualize yourself growing and glowing with excitement. So go back into your mind, into the library of your mind, the fabric of your own thoughts. And I want you to feel the presence of images and experiences that made you very happy, where you just got really, really excited. And as you work at doing that, and you don't have to do it harshly, just let it come out. I'm looking within myself for a scene or an image that was highly positive. I was very excited and search for the feeling. You know what happiness and harmony and peace feel like. You've experienced it before. I need you to feel that excitement on the inside of your body. Just feel it. How good it makes you feel. How you felt so excited when you got that first bike, that first guitar, that first cello, that art kit with 120 tubes of paint and canvas and brand new brushes. Or you got a saxophone. You felt yourself practicing and playing sax. That kind of excitement. The excitement when you saw a friend that you hadn't seen in 10 years. And it was just like it was tomorrow. That kind of excitement. I want you to let that excitement of joyful feelings flow into your legs now. You want to feel it in your legs and in your feet, and in your arms and in your hands. The tingling sensation. You're being submerged into a sea of excitement. You know, like when you put your hands in water, that little feeling when the water goes around your fingers and your arms, how it feels around your toes, your legs, just like that. Feel it. Feel it deeply. Now, do you know, and I know you all know this, that your body gives off a light called the aura? This is what the late Edgar Casey called it, an aura. When your body is healthy, when the organs are healthy, they radiate energetically a light through the body, through the trillions of cells in your body. You begin to see light outside your body. This is called your aura. And as you feel the vibrations settling into your aura all the way around your body, you're letting it build up in your body as well. See, the aura is emanating outside of you. That's a part of your outside world. But you're feeling the excitement of a good opportunity, excitement of a pleasant time in your life. You can feel it. You feel like you're home. You hear that phrase, the cliche, home is where the heart is. Inside your heart, you feel at home. You feel excitement. In fact, you are expecting it. And I'm asking you to become like a chalice that's overflowing with peace, harmony, and happiness. So as you let this energy build up within your physical body and begin to pour out into your auric field, it begins to release itself as a big overflow beyond the aura into your environment. You know, that memory of being at the beach where the water comes in and tickles your feet, comes up to your shins, and you keep walking toward the water, and the water's pulling you in. It's the overflow. You're not feeling that you're separated from the water. You feel as though the water is a part of you. It's dancing with your emotional energy. Your internal, your internal energy is no longer dull, but vibrant. And the people that you see around you, they look vibrant as well. The colors that they have on is bright, not dull. You begin to hear things clearly that you couldn't hear before. When it was just dead and deadpan sound, it's now absolutely blaring clear sound. You can tell the difference between a bird chirping and a dog barking. You can tell the difference between a car going down a highway and a train going through your city. Distinctively clear. These energies are vibrating inside of you and overflowing to your environment externally. The overflow is washing through your aura and it's doing what? It's radiating your entire aura, the energy, the electromagnetic field outside of your body, the field of energy that's in the soles of your feet and the palms of your hands. Even energy, if you allow yourself to receive it, you feel it in your body, your neck, your head. You feel the excitement flowing from your heart throughout your body, flowing beyond you, the chalice. You're a living chalice, but it's flowing past you. It's like you're sharing light with everything else around you that can receive light or even reflect light. Remember, when you say, I am a chalice, overflowing with peace, harmony, and happiness, that means you are becoming peace, harmony, and happiness. So just take a moment and close your eyes and feel all of that excitement and all of that energy called chi bubbling up on the inside of you, flowing out of your crown, floating beyond your hair, coming down your forehead. Even your pineal gland is just coming open and you see with your eyes clearly. You can even see the little particles of light dancing past your eyes. You tune into your throat. You're speaking clearly now. And you can hear things on your inner plane. You're in your heart and your shoulders relax and your stomach, abdominal area relaxes. And you feel everything coming together as one. Not only are you feeling the image of a chalice in front of you, but you're feeling the energy come out of the crown of your head, the center of your head, pour down all around your face. relaxing your face, coming down your neck and chest and back and shoulders. You feel like you're bathing in a sea of light. Just like when you take a bubble bath. Doesn't it feel soothing? Just like when you come home and you decide to listen to some jazz. It feels soothing. You might have an instrument and you pick it up after you wash up and have dinner with your family. You go in your room and you play your guitar because that's what you want to do. Brings joy to yourself. Well, look, I'm Brother Francis E. Rebels Bay. I'm the host of Clear Blue Radiance. Now, for a while, I was on here live every Thursday for Resonant Essentials Esoteric School of Metaphysics. If you want to find out more information about the Resonant Essentials Esoteric School of Metaphysics, and you want to see what's going on, my advice is go to www.resonantessentials.com. That's www.resonantessentials.com. We now have an intuitive arts guild, and you can become a member. You pay $100 a year, but you have to be vetted for it. For if you want to stay every year, you pay $100 a year, but you have to become vetted by someone there. You could be the next person doing Reiki. You can be the next person doing numerology like I do. You could be someone teaching meditation like I do. We have people coming that are attracted to Resident Essentials from beyond the state of New Mexico. That's right. You don't have to live in New Mexico to be a member of the Intuitive Arts Guild. So when you click on directory, guild directory at the top of the homepage, it'll take you to the page and you'll see where you click on and you can fill out an application and see where you send your ducats to, your dineros. You can check and see our calendar of events, many different classes that are going on. You can see the names of the different practitioners, from myself, Brother Francis Revels Bay, to Michelle Vidal, Liliana Rondon, and many more people right in their teaching classes. We're located at 2703 Broadbent Parkway Northeast, Suite J. That's right behind here in Albuquerque, 87107. If you're coming down Manal, traveling east to west, is the light for Broadbent Parkway Northeast is opposite the Sunset Cemetery. When you go in, if you're traveling west, you make a right at the light. If you're traveling east, you make a left at the light. And right in front of you, as you turn in there, you'll see Carrington School of Nursing. Carrington, Carrington, School of Nursing. But you're not going to park there. You just bear to the right. You're going to pass by a couple of buildings, and then you're going to come into the area of the Broadbent Industrial Park. And the numbers are at the top. You're going to see 2703, and you're going to go right toward the front area where you see the cars parked. Park your car, get out, walk down 2 or 3 suites, the Suite J, and we're right there. I'm there usually every Saturday, 11:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. You can take a Creative Pathwork Meditation Series class. Sometimes I have 2 or 3 people, sometimes I have 8. We sit in a circle. And guess what? Each circle is only $10. $10 a week. Come in and learn meditation. I have people on every level. People who have been meditating for years, the people who are just starting out meditation. Well, I've been teaching meditation for 52 years. So I know I could help you as well. My goal is to get you into your practice. And eventually, if you're coming every Saturday and willing to meditate at home, in 6 months to 9 months, you can have a glorious experience where you reconnect with your higher self. That's what this book is all about. This book right here is book number 7, Radiant Heart, 7 Amazing Pathways to connect, activate, and communicate with who? Your higher self. Come on down, folks. Get the tea, as we say, and get some honey. And when you come to the meditation class or any class there, bring yourself some water. You use a lot of energy when you study, whether you read, whether you tap dance, whether you play an instrument. You need water in your system, especially out here. It's so dry. Well, anyway, until next time, remember that divine grace is a blessing as we're alive and well in the age of remembrance. And if you want to contact me about further about what I do, email me at iam.circleofgrace1@gmail.com. That's iam.circleofgrace1@gmail.com, or use my Linktree address. That's http colon double forward slash linktr.ee single forward slash and then all lower caps IAM dot circle of grace with the number one at the end. That's all you got to do. You can look up every place that I'm at. Well, take care of yourselves. And again, remember that divine grace is a blessing as we're alive and well in the age of remembrance. And I'll be back with some more live content of Clear Blue Radiance. You be well now. Have a great Friday, fabulous weekend, and guess what? Boom. You step in on this Saturday. It'll be August the 1st. Look how the spring went by. Get ready for the Lion's Gate. I think I'm going to do something for that day. That'll be a Saturday, but I might do something on the 6th, which is a Thursday for Clear Blue Radiance, talking about the Lion's Portal to help you get some abundance in your life, some prosperity in your life, and be able to open up to your higher self on a regular basis. Well, thank you for your time. Hope to see you real soon. Have a good night.